Hello guys, I'm Lightning Guy, and today I wanna share with you some MP6 footage of my non-lifesteal weapon pissed off god build, since I know in the original video I actually used a lifesteal weapon and I said, well, it works very well without one, and I just wanted to, please everyone. So that's that. And also I want to talk to you guys about the new expansion for Diablo 3, namely Reaper of Souls. You probably heard of it. It's kind of old news by now. I think it's about 1 or 2 weeks since it's actually been announced. So what this expansion seems to bring to the table, it's a new class, which in my opinion it's basically, and in a lot of people's opinion, it's just a merging between the barbarian and the monk, which in theory isn't that interesting, though they do have a very interesting mechanic by they're pretty much using a shield to actually deal damage, so that might be nice. Again, I don't really wanna go, you know, a lot into it, since we really don't know much. We know like what resource he's using and what some of his abilities, but not very specific things. Also, it appears that they will bring Malthael back, which was the Archangel of Wisdom, now the Archangel of Death. I spelled Archangel wrong, excuse me. But yeah, so they're bringing Malthael back, and apparently he's like the big baddie of the expansion, like Diablo was. I don't know, to be honest. It seems a bit weird, but then again, we don't have the deets, so that's that. Also, they uh, they said something about Loot 2.0, which is very interesting because we have been promised Loot 2.0 for a very long time now, and apparently it's gonna be like right before the expansion, or in worst case scenario I think it's gonna be like a week after the expansion. But the thing is, it's a free patch, so even if you don't actually buy Reaper of Souls, you'll still be able to get the new loot, which is smart loot, or has a chance to be smart loot. What smart loot means, you'll actually get items that are useful for you, which doesn't really have to happen very often in the game, to be honest. Most of the upgrades you get from the action house, but passing that. So yeah, the expansion is gonna bring new boss, new class that I don't know how awesome it's gonna be. New loot, well, we needed that, and apparently the legendaries are going to be build changers. Now, I really don't know what they mean by that, because the examples they gave were not really that impressive. Because let's take the legendary Monk Fist, for example. It had something like reduced skill cooldown, which is very nice, and something that made your dashing strike cost no refund the spirit if it was used on a mob that was 20 or 30 yards away. So basically a free cast. Now, I wouldn't call that a build changer. I mean, it's nice to have it. I'm sure someone uses it and someone would be glad, but it's not really a build changer. Uh, the reduced skill cooldown though is, because if that specific affix can be stacked by, say, two weapons or even on armor, that could make some really interesting builds. Like, think about a monk using his spirit strike, I think it's called, or spirit tornado, the one that actually brings the mobs next to him towards him, and then just use the seven-sided strike with fulmination, and have it on 10-second cooldown now. That would be a build changer. That would be really awesome. And another example they gave was like a a legendary wizard wand that basically had a chance when you kill a mob to spawn a hydra. Now again, I really don't view that as a build changer. I'm, I mean, it's okay and all. You would have a army of hydras, but it really wouldn't matter, especially if the hydra wasn't affected by the rune you had. So that basically meant a skill slot would you would have actually an actual build revolving around that specific legendary. And I don't know, that's not what I had in mind when they said build changer. I would imagine a build changer to be something like the runes use. Like, I don't know, say the meteor. You actually have runes that change its damage from arcane to light to actually to frost to fire again. Now that can change. I mean, you can use say you want to use the meteor in a frost build. Well, you're gonna use the comet. Now that's a build changer. I really don't know where they're going with this, and I really hope the examples they gave were actually really bad ones, because I don't know, they really don't seem to be that great as they seem to hype them up. Now, another very interesting addition to the game is going to be again for the loot, the legendaries for all eye levels. That means that every legendary will be able to drop at the item level of the monster you're killing. So you could have, I don't know, I guess the pig sticker for a level 70, which would be interesting, question mark. I really don't know but it seems like a lot of builds or it seems like a lot of builds could come from that, or a lot of gear diversity. Like you could use, say, a Shira's boots, excuse me, with the attack speed instead of Natalia's boots. So very good stuff regarding loot wise. They also said they're going to introduce something called the enchanter, which is going to allow you to reroll a legendary affix or rare affix, which is pretty cool. It's kind of annoying to find say, I don't know, a scorn with 300 intellect for your barbarian, and you could reroll that. So that would be really nice. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that the legendaries that they said would be build changers really have to be a lot more than what they showed us. Because yeah, okay, it's nice. Again, it's nice to have dashing strike that costs no spirit. If you actually use it in a way, it would be nice to have an army of hydras. But it would be nicer to be able to, I don't know, say use spectral blade to actually, I don't know, increase the AoE of it and be like blade storm around you or something around those lines. I don't know, I don't work at Blizzard, but they seem to have a lot of very good propositions in the forums, and I don't know, they should really take heed to them. Also, the new skills might be very interesting. The new runes might be very interesting. They also, with the new addition of the reduced cooldown of the skills affix, I really wonder, will they make something that like increases the AoE of your spells, or I don't know, increases the number of spells. Maybe they could give us some sort of multicast. You know, like there is a chance, there is a 20% chance that you will double cast the meteor without an extra cost, and it will deal 50% bonus damage, or something around those lines. So that would be really interesting if they did that, and not give me just an army of hydras for and make me use a skill slot just for that, that for that legendary. I really hope, what I'm trying to say is, I really hope they have some more creative ideas, and not just well, here's the legendary, go make a build around it, cuz that's kind of boring. Someone will do it. I think I'll do it. I don't know. I will try to do it, but yeah, I mean, they should really try some more creative stuff. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the expansion pack. I'm not sure if I'll buy it at launch. I will probably wait for I don't know, a few reviews, maybe a week or so. I will try to get in the beta though, so be on the lookout for that. The beta is due this year, late this year, I think. So that should be very interesting. But yeah, anyway, regarding my channel, I'm going to try to do more Dota 2 stuff, some Payday 2, more Diablo. I'm trying to level my monk so I can try some new builds. I had a few ideas for them, so that should be interesting. Also got a barbarian build, a barbarian ranged build. I'm not sure if though if that is very original, so I'm gonna search the interwebs for that, and if it has been posted, I won't post it because that's not cool. But yeah, other than that, more videos coming. As I said, I'm going to try and do at least 2 videos per week, and I will release a schedule in about 2 weeks on which days the videos will be up. So yeah, other than that, as I said, more Dota 2 coming down the line, more Diablo. I may do 100 Paragon 100 just to make things interesting. But yeah, other than that, nothing really worth mentioning. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around for my ranting, I appreciate that very much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So peace out.